Hey, hey, hey. They kill out the Arawak Indian. Then they push out American Indian. They kill out the Aborigine. Now
People,
they push out the African.
traditional Man Wolo said that
Days have come back.
imperialism has come back again like a gunshot.
Style.
And this time, no longer in the form of shackles, it has come in the form of mental slavery. Yeah, that tradition Man Wolo. With this one, he said, back again like a gunshot.
In a different style.
The Virgin Islands, but we quickly switched the turn and decided to enter into the USA to talk to Tradition Man Wolo. Yo, welcome yourself, Tradition Man Wolo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, man. Black Sensei. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
What happened? Everything nice?
Everything is all right, man.
Nice one, nice one, nice one. So, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Seattle, Washington.
Okay, Washington. People, you can hear that already. So we are talking to Tradition Man Wolo. Yeah, I understand. So Tradition Man Wolo, many people have been asking, they've not heard you in the system before. Can you tell us about your upbringing and how you got into the music thing?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Accra.
Okay.
You know, I went to school at Accra School,
Okay.
Accra Academy.
All right.
You know, and then went over to the University of Ghana, actually. And then I moved over to the States
Okay.
to, you know, get some more degrees
Okay.
and worked for a while.
All right.
But whilst I was in Ghana, you know, in high school and in Lagos, I used to play music. I used to, how do you call it? I had formed a band.
Okay.
The name of the band is Club Tradition.
Club Tradition.
And yeah, exactly.
Okay,
And we're playing all over campus and, you know, writing songs together
Okay.
and playing reggae music.
Okay.
And so, you know, I got back into the music, you know, after working for a while.
Okay.
You know, I decided to get back into music.
Okay.
And so this is my first album,
Okay.
Reggae Man.
Okay.
Is the first album that I have come up with.
Okay.
You know, and so, yeah, that is my story.
Okay. So quickly, before we get into the Reggae Man album, the name Tradition Man Wolo, how did it come about?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, so the band that formed in college,
Okay.
called Club Tradition. It was because we were all, you know, we were all, you know, very conscious at the time. You
Okay.
know, we were, you know, Pan-Africanists.
Okay.
We believed in the traditions of, you know, how do you call it, of Africa,
Okay.
black people.
Okay.
And so we kind of took that name, Club Tradition.
Okay.
My nickname is Wolo.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
when I decided to go solo, I decided to call myself Tradition Man Wolo.
Wow, massive, massive, massive. So with the before you released this particular album, you had a rejection in terms of music from your father. How was the feeling like when he was putting up the rejection?
Well, you know, my dad was more like somebody who felt like you got to go to school.
Okay.
Even if you want to play music, you got to go to school. You got to get all your degrees, and then if you still want to play music,
Okay.
you can go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so he was more like, you know, at that time,
Okay.
you know, he didn't really think like playing music was a good pathway,
Okay,
right? You know,
okay.
like, you know, back in the day, you know how African parents are, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always feel like you just got to go to school, you just got to go to school. And so that was something that, like, he discouraged me from initially.
Okay.
You know, it's like, hey, just go to school, do this, do that. You know, which is actually a good thing. I mean, it allowed me to actually I had an option.
Okay.
You know, and so after going to school, you obviously have an option.
Okay.
And so if you still want to do music, then it must be because you you really are in a good place,
Okay.
right? You know, yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
yeah, so it was all right.
Okay.
Yeah, but now
Mm.
he doesn't have any concerns about it anymore. Right?
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
that's all. Yeah.
Has he got any chance to listen to any of your songs after like you decided to go back to music after what he wanted you to do?
Oh yeah. It's the album. He listens to the whole album every
Okay.
time.
Okay. Okay. And
Almost every day.
oh, okay. And I'm sure he's now caught up in this now. Like the vibe caught him, right?
Yeah, the vibe caught him, and he was surprised by some of the lyrics because
Wow.
he was telling me that my great grand uncle was a composer,
Okay.
you know, and was a storyteller
Okay.
in the village, and so you know he said like, oh, so that meant that there was maybe it skipped a couple of generations,
Okay.
but like it kind of transferred,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
from that, you know, into me. So yeah,
Wow,
so
massive.
that was actually nice.
Yeah,
That was actually
massive,
very nice.
massive.
Yeah.
When I hear stuff like this, I get excited because when someone opposes a thing and later comes to like it and like it is some form of enthusiasm. It's really exciting. Yeah. Let's get into the Reggae Man album. It's a 9-track album, powerful album. I have one song on the album that I've been listening to it more often, like since the release. I think within the week. I featured a story on YouTube same way. That song is Back Again Like a Gunshot.
Yeah, man.
Back Again Like a Gunshot. Yo, big tune.
Yes, sir.
Now, with the album, why did you decide to just choose strictly reggae for the album?
Yeah, so I'm a reggae, like I listen to, like I'm more of a classic reggae guy, right? You know? So like, you know, I've been and I believe that there's going to be a renaissance, like there's going to be how do you call it, a renaissance of classic reggae music, right? So that's the way the music started. It then morphed into dancehall and all these things, but then there's a lot of artists right now, including myself, that are playing classic reggae again. Right? So if you go look at so if you look at like guys like Chronic and Protege, and guys like that, they've gone back to the classic reggae music, you know. And so I believe there's going to be a renaissance of it, or should I say, I am part of
the renaissance.
Of that renaissance.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Of bringing classic reggae back, you know. Yeah, man.
Oh, okay, okay, massive. So on the album, did you get more than the number of tracks that you featured on the album, or you decided, I don't know, what it could be a special meaning to the 9th track picked for the album? And can you please elaborate on that for us?
You know, so initially when I did the album, I was thinking about doing a 7-track album.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so so I did a 7-track album, and then my producer was like, "Hey, why don't we do a remix of Come Home and Back Again?"
Okay.
You know, so we did the remix of those 2 songs.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on putting them on the album.
All right.
But then when I heard them, I was like, whoa.
And
it just kind of fits very well in the album.
Okay.
And so I was like, no, I think this is something that I have to put on the album.
Okay.
So yes, so there were more songs that I had planned to put on the album.
Okay.
But as a process of elimination, you know, I went with those ones. Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right, massive. So okay, go on.
No, yeah, man.
All right. So here's the thing. We would like you to give us a brief overview of each track on the album.
Yeah. So I see the album as like covering a variety of topics.
Yeah, for real.
So you have the conscious, the educational, there's a love song.
Okay.
And then party music, right? You know, so like if you think about the first 2 songs, Come Home and Back Again, are classic roots rock reggae songs.
And very revolutionary too.
Exactly. Yeah, just two root rock conscious music,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have Book of Rules, which is
Okay.
actually how they call it a cover
Okay.
of the Heptones track,
Okay. Okay.
which is very educational, like
Mm-hmm.
like educational about life,
Mm-hmm.
And then you move into the Lotus Rock,
Okay.
Kiss Your Rebound Love, which
Mm.
talks about finding love
Mm.
after heartbreak,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Lady in Red, which
Mm.
is also a cover,
Okay.
which is also a vibe I was feeling when I was, around the time I made that song was like I was feeling a vibe about my own
Okay.
girl. I
Okay.
was thinking about her
All right.
that way, and
Okay.
so I decided to do a cover
Okay.
of the Lady in Red.
Okay.
And then the last two songs before the remixes, you will see This Feeling
Okay.
and Reggae Man Skank are
Okay.
party songs, right?
Party song. Yeah, man.
They're party songs. They're just like, hey, I've got this feeling. She hands for me. It's just an enjoyable, party song, just something to laugh and have fun with.
Wow.
So that's the way I constructed the album, and that's why I called the album Reggae Man, because
Reggae
it
Man.
was such a multi-themed album. It's something that you can hear on a Bob Marley, Gregory Isaac, Dennis Brown, Mighty Diamond,
Derek Donaldson and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And Donaldson, you could hear all of them in this. So it's like a representation of reggae music.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Massive. People, we are still talking to tradition man. You understand? Tradition man Wolo. You see, the name. You see, the name is very long too. You understand? Yeah. So you have to take your time to mention that tradition man. Alright. Anyway, so with the album was released just this week.
It was released this year. I just started pushing it. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you just started pushing it. How is the reception so far? Say within this week here.
Yeah. The reception has been very good.
Okay.
I mean, I have a lot of people, who are hearing it on the radio and calling me up and telling me about what they are hearing.
Okay.
It's actually doing very well, across all of the platforms.
Okay.
And so yes, I'm getting a very good response.
Okay.
It's something that I'm surprised by, because this is my very first one. This is my very first one, and so I'm hearing from a lot of people about it and online, and so that's very good.
It's really good when people give feedback and it make you feel like you know where you are and where you want to put yourself when maybe you're producing the next one. It's really good. So how do you expect? What is your expectation of this particular album in the Ghanaian market?
Yeah, so I am going to be promoting it everywhere in Ghana.
Okay.
I plan to, how they call it, come over during the Christmas holidays and give a performance.
Okay.
I will also be shooting some videos of Come Home.
Okay.
So I'll be in Ghana to shoot a video of Come Home.
Okay.
And it's a song that is talking about people in the diaspora coming back over to Ghana. I want to shoot it in Ghana, and then also shooting a video of the Lady in Red.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be, making sure that those things are out there for people to be able to see all over, big screen, small screen, medium screen. It's going to be available for people to actually enjoy. And so I really plan to do a lot of promotion in Ghana. To get people to experience the traditional Man Wolo music,
Massive.
And
massive. So in the US, how are they receiving it in the US?
Yeah, I mean, people are loving it, not just in the US.
Okay.
In the US, in the UK, and in Latin America.
Okay, all right.
So it's all over, and especially I will say a lot of the listeners are in Brazil, the United States, and the UK. So so it's like it's everywhere. And you realize in various countries there are certain songs that resonate more in different countries. It kind of gives you a vibe of what that culture is experiencing as of now.
Massive. So apart from the fact that the Reggae Man album is doing really well from the time you started pushing it, what are we supposed to expect from tradition Man Wolo and all that? Or really and truly people that is Tradition Man Wolo with the convo, you understand? And interestingly, people, the convo was from Ghana to US, and you know how what's the name? Ghana economic system So so people, we are back again with Tradition Man Wolo, and he's here to talk to us more. Welcome back in.
Yes. Sorry, man. Sorry.
No problem about that. Yeah, man. No problem about that. So we want to know, what are we to expect from Tradition Man Wolo?
Yeah, I mean, the expectation should be more and more music. Like, I am in this. This is not going to be just one album and out. Like, it's going to be album after album after album, videos after videos after videos, and it's always going to be, it's always going to be, good conscious music. And it's going to be good conscious music. Something that everybody can vibe to, whether you're a child, a man, woman, grown up, no matter what, even the grandparents are going to be vibing to it. You know what I mean?
If daddy is already vibing to it, this is evident that everybody could vibe to it,
Yes, sir.
All right. So, have you any collaboration on the album?
No, so when I started working on this album, it was in the middle of the pandemic.
Okay.
And so I was isolated, and so I basically recorded this in isolation.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even my studio engineer was in a different room. Like, we couldn't be in the same room.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I recorded this in isolation, and and it's mostly because I've been away from the music business for a while, so I didn't have a lot of connections.
Okay.
But I'm building out a lot of those connections now, and so it's not because I don't want to collaborate. I'll be collaborating with a lot of artists in the future. Come with a lot of music, a lot of collabos. So this album was purely like a classic reggae album, like in a Burning Spirit album back in the day, that sort of thing. But I would definitely collaborate with a lot of.
Okay. So have you, for any reason, or maybe during the time where you had to break from music, have you been called upon by any Ghanaian artist or whatsoever, or whichever artist from anywhere to collaborate, and you told them, yo, listen, man, I'm not ready, I don't longer want to do music, I want to stay away from music? Have you experienced something like that?
No, because I was always still interested in music. So if anybody had called me, I would have jumped on it.
Regardless of the fact that you were going on this.
Have jumped on it. Yeah. So even when I was not in music, I kept up to date on music.
Okay.
So it's just that I didn't have the opportunity, and I kind of, and then when I kind of went to a period where I started reassess like what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And once I did the reassessment, I decided I wanted to go back into music, and so I just went back into it.
Oh, massive.
So I do a lot of musicians here. Okay. Like so getting in the game it just flowed very naturally.
Massive. So what is your message to the Ghanaian masses about Tradition Man Wolo?
Yeah, man. The message is that we should be super proud of ourselves and our culture. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot of riches, and if we believe in ourselves and put ourselves first, it's all gonna be good. Okay. And that's the kind of stuff I try to preach in my music. Like there's a lot of things that happen, that how do you call it? We do not put enough of pride in ourselves and what we own, and what we owe each other as Ghanaians, and we need to be a lot more proud about that, because like people don't give us like easy access to their own riches, right? And so we should not give easy access to other people just take our riches. You know what I mean? Like if you live in America, nobody's gonna say, oh, just get this, and give you access to everything that America does. You gotta fight for every single thing. And so we have to make sure that we also protect ourselves in it,
Massive. So any shout out you'd like to give to anybody in Ghana, any appreciation to anybody in Ghana and stuff before we let go of you?
Yeah, man. A big shout out to to Heavy D, who is my brother. Okay. A big shout out to my younger brother, John Gravos. Okay. Traditional Man Johnny and Traditional Man Yahweh, who are my brothers from my old band. Okay. I want to give them a shout out. They've been very, very instrumental in providing feedback, and talking to me about, anytime I was working on the music, I usually would send it over to them and they will listen to it and they'll provide me a lot of feedback. So I want to give them a big shout out. Okay. And DJ Show, who is also a close friend of mine, for helping me all through, the process of recording this album. So, yeah, man.
All right. Blessings. People, you can go check on Tradition Man Wolo, all social media platforms. Just type TRADITION, space, man, MAN, space, WOLO. You understand? On all social media platforms, you'll get that. One big respect to you, Elombini, everywhere you are. We appreciate and we salute you same way. Thank you very much, Tradition Man Wolo, for passing through. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah, man. Bless up, Black Thursdays.
Much love.